Give us a mic check.
What's that? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Y'all good?
Not up yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little early.
Whoever go first, I guess that's who go Kim. Whoever station goes first.
All right. Y'all. Who am I looking
Show
for?
up in.
Okay, yeah, we're up right now.
Y'all up? What's you?
We're 10 seconds.
10 seconds. You close enough? I'll give you 10 seconds.
We're in the intro.
We're live.
All right, y'all live. Hello for everybody live at WDSU. We'll be there in 2 seconds to let everybody else go live, so don't change the channel. All right, we're good? All right, thank y'all very much. We're here. I want to give a press briefing from our early escape that happened on Sunday night and give a little bit more information. I'm not going to talk about the details of what we've been doing over the last 2 days. I know y'all want those details, but I'm going to let my investigators continue to work. Unfortunately, I'm not giving you an update that he's in custody yet, but I will hopefully be able to give you that soon enough. We're going to catch him. I have no doubt about that. Just want to, get some of the things out of what we had. We had an inmate in custody that was been arrested back in July for a murder here in Jefferson Parish. He had been in our facilities at the Jefferson Parish Correctional Center since then. Looks like he has several injuries that probably some fake, probably some not, but the reality of it is he continues to wear a boot all during a period of time. He's been in jail. He's been in our medical facility portion of that, which is actually a separate contractor from Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office. It's not us that manages that, so we've got to take sometimes the word of the inmate and the medical providers of what's wrong with somebody and what's not. Looks like he was wheelchair bound, but also with a boot on his leg. And on the morning of Sunday morning, around 12:55, what appears to probably have faked a seizure in the pod, fell off of his wheelchair, supposedly hit his head and faked a seizure in the pod. Man down, our medical staff from Correct Health responded to the pod, ended up, I think they gave him some Narcan, thinking it may have been an overdose or seizure. I'm not sure about the Narcan, but we're treating him from that standpoint. We contacted Gretna EMS, who arrived on the scene. They started evaluating him, and he was transported by ambulance of Gretna EMS along with the JPSO escort over to Ochsner Westbank campus. He was entered the hospital around 1:48 and was assigned to the ER room right before 2 o'clock, where they did a battery of tests on him for a seizure. I don't know what the medical results were. I'm sure we'll find out later on, but I'm assuming they were probably negative, but that's what we have. At about 6:43, he was discharged from the hospital, where he was escorted in his wheelchair to our JPSO police unit. He was locked in the back with the cage in it, and for our deputy to drive him back to our Sally Port here at our jail, and to be able to be transferred back to his cell from that standpoint. What it appears had happened is when she started pulling off from the Ochsner campus, he started screaming at his boot. His boot was causing him pain. It was caught under the cage or whatever. Look, she acted like a human being. She thought she had a person that was hurting from the back of it. She treated somebody with compassion that doesn't deserve compassion, to be honest with you. She could have certainly turned around and said, tough luck, suck it up, we're going to get to the Sally Port and do whatever. Instead, she got out of a vehicle to go fix his boot, to go check on him to see what happened. Unbeknownst to her, he had had some type of pepper spray that was there. He had already removed the boot from his leg, ended up spraying her with the pepper spray as she opened up the door, and then ran around the vehicle and ended up jumping into the car and taking off in the police vehicle. Very proud of the men and women of this department, but not only this department, state agencies, federal agencies, and all of our local agencies. Within an hour of that happening and the call coming out, we had a major response here at our office. I probably had well in excess of 200 detectives, deputies arriving on the scene in order to locate this individual. We started utilizing all the technology that we have available. I found the vehicle really within 2.5 hours of it being stolen. But I mean, you think about the time it takes us to even respond to get here and then start setting it out. That's a monumental task to be able to find that vehicle. Found it. Radio that was inside the car was located, along with the wrap that was on his arm. We had preventions from being able to be handcuffed or shackled during the situation. He had faked a wrist injury to be handcuffed, and obviously had a boot on from preventing them to be shackles. Hindsight 2020, we probably, should have done a whole lot different, but sometimes you've got to take their word and medical staff's word of what's wrong with him, and unfortunately, he gamed the system in order to be able to take advantage of that situation. So he's still on the run. We are actively looking for him with all of our federal partners and local partners. I really thank all of our local agencies. I'm not even going to get into them. I'll deal with that when he's back in custody. But everybody has been a godsend to be able to come to the rescue in order to make that happen. We're going to do everything to get him back in custody. Tell him enjoy his time out for a little bit, because he won't enjoy it for the rest of his life, that he's going to be in jail for his original charge. And with that, want to give any and every evidence we have received. Obviously, a lot of people that have given tips and stuff. Crime Stoppers has graciously offered a $5,000 reward that we want to put out there to the public. If you want to see him back in jail, or you just want $5,000 in cold hard cash, we'll be happy to take your tip. If it leads to the arrest of him, Crime Stoppers will certainly pay that reward. They can contact, was 822-1111, right? 822-1111. And so we'd love to have those tips. Our deputy's doing fine. She was certainly pepper sprayed. I'm going to release the video today to y'all. We have a video from Ochsner where you can see her stop her vehicle in order to get out and see her pepper sprayed with the pepper spray, and then him obviously taking the car. Something that we're comfortable releasing at this point in time. We don't think that's going to jeopardize the investigation, but certainly I'll answer whatever questions that I can answer for you, but I'm not going to give you everything. For the pundits out there, criticizing my correctional officer or criticizing us, we should have had more people and everything else in between, to be able to escort someone. That's just not the way it works in real life. The fact of it is prisoners are transported by single-person cars almost on an everyday basis. We'll never have enough people out there, but if you really think it needs to be two, we're taking applications here at JPSO. You can come join us instead of criticizing the people on Facebook, jpso.com/jobs. We'll take an application. We have openings for correctional officers, and you can be part of a two-man team if you really think that's the way it goes in real life. Sometimes stuff happens. Sometimes it's not perfect. We certainly are going to do what we can to get him back in custody, but I'm not going to put up with that from the standpoint of protecting our people. They go out there and they do a tough job every single day, and in this case, this animal took control of the situation and took advantage of her trying to be a nice person and trying to do a good job. And so, if you want to come out there, come apply, and we'll take care of it. With that, I'll release the video. We have copies of y'all to take back with you to your station, so you can put it out there. Unfortunately, the haze that night doesn't give you the necessary clear picture, but we can ask for really a better view. What you telling me on this camera? All right, I'll move out the way.
All right, you can kill the lights. We apologize for this glare in the video.